Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skylar.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure the Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
Chip chip-a-roo, regular fries, loyalists.
We have a hot topic to talk about on today's episode.
It's a big one. Bob's never been more heated. We're going to get into it. We're going to give our opinions. We're going to ask you for all of your opinions. But first up, first line of business, we have a new Patreon subscriber to thank, and we have to burger pun their name.
All right.
Thank you, Ryan Vogel. Moving forward, you will be known as the Cayenne Bordeaux Burger.
Yum.
A little spicy Bordeaux, you know.
Like a Bordeaux reduction
explain
sauce.
What these two things are. What
Okay.
am I doing here? Thank you for joining us over on Patreon, Ryan. We've already sent you our welcome video because you joined our Move Over Teddy tier. And we're just excited to have you over there. We hope you're enjoying all of those bonus features you get over there, including all of the bonus episodes.
We are so excited to have you. And as Max mentioned, Move Over Teddy tier includes the watch parties. Our next watch party for everyone listening is in August. I'm going to put a poll up in our Discord. Should we rewatch the movie and make it like every summer we watch the movie together? Or do you guys want to start on Halloween episode? So that's going to be the vote. You'll get an email notification when that goes out on Patreon.
And if you want to join us, patreon.com/BobsCredits, you get all these fun things. You can choose what tier you want, and you get your name burger punned here on the show if you want it burger punned on the show.
It's such a fun community. Max, do you want to know what I'm doing this afternoon?
Just in general?
Yeah.
Or is this related to what we're talking about?
It is related to what we're talking about.
Okay, yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm driving over to our P.O. box to pick up freshly roasted coffee beans from our Patreon member, Kyle.
Oh my God, Kyle, you are a saint. Thank you for this. I feel like Bob. This is like something Bob would enjoy, and I am so excited about this.
We're so excited. We got our French press out. We're going to grind it perfectly.
We're so ready to go. I can't believe that's happening today.
It is.
I'm excited. So thank you, Kyle, for that. And thank you, Ryan. And are you ready for a little Bob pun or Max pun?
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay. We are going back to the OG this week. We are doing burger puns.
Yes.
Your first pun is avocado don't you want me baby burger.
Bob's.
Yes.
That's just such a fun one.
Your next pun is the Mad Flax Curry Road Burger.
Max.
Bob. It was a trick.
Because it has Max in the name?
And because I just was watching Mad Max Fury Road while you were sleeping the past few nights.
Yeah, I thought... Oh, recently?
Well, like last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have no interest in watching that. That's why I thought it was you.
It's a fantastic movie. I was late to the party, and I'm ready for Furiosa whenever it's streaming. So Skylar's looking at me like I will not be partaking in that. So be ready for a Furiosa pun at some point.
Well, now I'll know.
Now you know it's me. Your next pun is a raisin in the bun burger.
I actually don't get the pun.
A Raisin in the Sun. Very famous play.
Yeah, I'm so close. It's like one you go with your English class to, right?
Yeah.
Max.
Yes.
Woo!
Your final pun is the Phantom of the Opera Burger. Let's try that again. That's not fair when I struggle.
No, it has nothing. It's like
The-
musical theater plus ramen. That's my husband.
Okay. Wait, what? I'm musical theater plus ramen?
Yeah, that is so you.
How is that me?
You like ramen.
Well, that's
You like
true.
the idea of a ramen burger, and you're a musical theater kid at heart.
The Phantom of the Opera Burger was what it was supposed to be
I
called.
got it.
I know, but I wanted to say it properly because I went like the Phantom of the Opera.
It's very good. Well
Thank
done.
you. Yeah, good job. Good showing.
We did it?
Fine. That was it. That was 4.
I did fine.
You did fine. It wasn't like your best showing. I like when you go 4 for 4.
I think you
Did
like
you
it
go
when
4
I
for 4?
go
No, you
0
got the-
for 4.
I do like it when you go 0 for 4.
Just tell me I did a good job and we can move on.
You did a good job. We can move on.
Max Miller, are you ready for Skylar Sides, the fun facts before the fun facts?
Dish it, girl.
So this week in Skylar Sides, we are going to talk about Dan Mintz because we do not talk about him enough on this podcast. And I think he's literally one of my favorite parts of the show.
The voice of Tina Belcher.
Exactly.
Yeah, he is Tina, so we don't talk about him too much.
Right. We talk about Tina.
Yeah.
Would you like to know how Lauren and Dan kind of serendipitously collided in life?
Of course.
Okay. A little background on Dan. Did you know he went to Harvard?
I did not.
He went to Harvard. He wrote for the Lampoon. And when he was still in college, he was doing stand-up. So Lauren Bouchard, if you've been following all of our history of Lauren, he has the most fascinating childhood, I personally think. He moves from New York to a dairy farm in Massachusetts.
As one does.
Okay, so he's around the Cambridge area. So this really quirky comedy scene is popping up in Cambridge, and that's where he meets John Benjamin. Then, and tell me, because I'm so bad with names, he meets Brendan Small. Do you know Brendan Small?
I don't think I know Brendan Small.
Okay, we'll have to look him up. But guess who his roommate was?
Who? Dan Mintz.
No, I really set you up to fail there.
Oh.
Eugene Merman.
Right.
Who
Yeah.
becomes
You tricked me.
Gene.
You led me astray.
But at the same time, a young Lauren in his 20s is getting involved in this comedy scene. A very, very young Dan Mintz is doing his quirky little stand-up in Cambridge. So it just goes to show you the connections you meet even before your career starts. Those are the people you're going to be making things with. It's not always about connecting with well-connected people. It's about connecting with people who you get.
Yeah, and I think that's really true in the comedy worlds, like the comedy circles and stuff like that. You really see that. It's always like people that kind of like meet in their like early 20s.
Yes.
And then kind of just work together, or like when one of them gets a project, they try to pull someone else along, and
Yeah.
it's special.
Be collaborative, not competitive. That's all I'm going to send you home with today, folks.
Definitely.
Anyway, I love that.
That's great. I need to know more about Lauren's life on the dairy farm, though. We need Lauren to come and just tell us about dairy. It would be so funny if we're a Bob's Burgers podcast and we don't ask him a single thing about Bob's Burgers. It's just all about life on the dairy farm.
All about the dairy farm. And then we're like, and so you rescue goats currently at your Ojai house. Is this correct?
Yeah.
It is correct. He does.
So many questions to ask him that are not Bob's Burgers related.
Exactly.
Should we get into this episode?
Yes.
Skylar, can we have the title and synopsis for Season 9, Episode 19, please?
The title is Longtime Listener, First Time Bob. After an epic rant about sweet potato fries, Bob runs into his favorite radio host from the good old days. Bob tries to help him get his old job back, but they end up stealing a radio van. Meanwhile, Linda has a lot of sweet potatoes on her hands, so she makes sugar-free sweet potato pies. 10 of them, to be exact.
This episode came out on April 7th, 2019. It was written by Scott Jacobson and directed by Ian Hamilton. Do you want to talk about the episode first, or should we dive right into the fry debate?
Pitch.
Yeah.
Let's, because it's at the beginning of the episode, because it's so iconic, can we listen to Bob's sweet potato rant and then get into our own fry debate?
Yes.
Best burgers on the shore? What a joke.
Bob, it's just a list. Who cares?
I do.
But you always say lists are stupid.
They are.
Even grocery lists? They remind us to buy pudding.
Dad, if the list is stupid, why do you want to be on it?
Because it would be good for business, Tina.
Oh, yeah, you're a business.
But, of course, every restaurant they picked is some new trendy place. And they all serve dumb, trendy sweet potato fries.
Here we go.
Yeah, Tina, here we do go. Sweet potato fries are too sweet and they're stupid and I hate them.
Mom and her her hot son likes sweet potato fries.
I like them too.
Have you tried regular fries, anyone? Because they're delicious and they have the perfect combination of crunch and saltiness.
Bob, calm down.
No, Dad, keep going. This is good stuff.
We know how you feel, but just for the record, you asked me to order 50 pounds of sweet potatoes, right?
Yes.
And we're gonna add sweet potato fries to the menu, right?
Yes. Because apparently we have to make these trendy fries so the list people will like us.
Okay.
Here we go. Here we go.
Will you remind me what year this episode was released? I know you just said it.
2019.
2019. Okay. This was a real thing when everyone started to have sweet potato fries. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I feel like it was maybe 2015, somewhere around there.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't feel like they're as trendy.
It
now.
fell off a bit.
Yes, but so I get this rant deeply. I can see why Bob would feel the pressure to put him on his menu. We know how Bob feels about them. Would you like to share your thoughts?
I'm not as angry as Bob about it,
Okay.
but I definitely agree that regular fries are above and beyond better than sweet potato fries. If you're choosing sweet potato fries over regular fries, I don't understand it.
They are far superior.
Yeah, I like sweet potato fries. They're fine.
Sometimes
They're fine to me.
Sometimes we'll get 2 fries, but you got to have the regular first.
Yeah.
I mean,
think-
if I'm going to choose between, okay, we have our regular fries, and now our second option is like a tater tot or a sweet potato fry, I'm going tots.
Yeah, I'd even take onion rings before sweet potato fries.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. Okay, now how do you feel about dessert? Sweet potato fries like Disney does. Like
funnel cake fries, like sweet
No.
potato,
not funnel cake fries, like they'll put in the US we do sweet potato casserole for Thanksgiving, and it's literally just like butter and cinnamon and sweet potatoes with marshmallows on top. They have those at Disney at Epcot. Would you order those? Okay.
There's so many other things I'd rather get before then.
Yeah.
I'm with Bob. Like I don't like the sweet in my fry necessarily.
I don't either. So I'm with him on the dessert thing. I'd rather. Do I not like sweet potatoes? I'd rather have pumpkin pie.
I just like a baked sweet potato,
It's not for me.
but I prefer a baked potato over a
I
baked
do
sweet
too.
potato. So
But then all the doctors are like, oh my God, it's so much more nutritious. It's like, calm down. I'll have a salad. Like, everybody calm down. I'm
mean,
eating my white
potatoes
potato.
are pretty nutritious
Yeah.
as is.
Yeah.
So I'm on Bob's side here. I'm
on
not going to
Bob's
get
side
angry
too.
about it like Bob. It's not going to ruin my day.
Mhm.
But I do think that Bob is not just angry about the fries in this scenario. He's angry
Yeah.
about the list.
Yes.
And that his burgers are probably better.
Uh-huh.
His fries are probably better.
Uh-huh.
And he does not get the respect he deserves because he's not trendy.
Right.
So I guess that'll lead us into this episode.
Yeah. Are we ready?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on this episode?
Well, I'm going to feel like a hypocrite because last week we were so hard on
Mhm.
episodes that involve these characters that we're
Mhm.
like introduced to,
Mm-hmm.
and they take up so much of the plot.
Mm-hmm.
But I really liked Clements and
Remind
The-
everyone who that is.
the radio DJ who Bob used to listen to, who is now working at the bowling alley, and they go and try to like get his job back from this, here's the theme, trendy radio station.
Yeah.
You know, the trend has come in and kicked him out of
Yes.
his job.
Before I forget this thought, and then I'll go back to yours. This episode is actually very on theme for what I'm seeing in our life right now. AI is taking over, and it's really starting to freak me out.
Skylar and I saw an AI YouTube ad yesterday that we could not turn, like normally we're like skip ad, skip ad, skip ad.
Yeah.
We could not turn it off. We watched the whole like 5 minutes of it.
Yeah.
It was like this AI woman talking about how good her older man lover
Mhm.
was
In bed.
in bed, but it was so clearly like written by a man and then like AI-ified.
Yes.
So funny.
It was written by like male AI and then the woman was AI. So it's like Uncanny Valley. That's what
Yeah.
AI is. You're like, this all makes sense. Like the words are strung together and it's making sense, but there's something eerily off.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think like watching this episode now where this radio station is completely push and play and the writer's strike was also they were negotiating how they're going to deal with AI in their contracts. Like nobody wants Bob's Burgers episodes written by AI.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Very relevant.
Yes. So going back to how you liked this new character, I think it also helps that Bob is the protagonist of the episode. It's not this other character.
I was going to say that too. Like, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off,
You didn't.
but I was going to say just like like Bob and the kids are so involved in the story
Yes.
that I didn't feel like it was all about this one character
Yes.
without them, you know, like, and like they were just supporting. Yeah. Bob is obviously based on where the theme of the episode is set in that scene we listened to at the beginning here.
Yes.
It's all about that.
And it also helps that it's
Nick Offerman.
Nick Offerman's
Yes,
voice.
of
I feel
course.
very familiar around that beautiful voice.
Yeah, it's that definitely helps. And honestly, I couldn't think of a better voice to listen to on the radio than Nick Offerman.
He is a radio voice.
Yeah.
It's so good. Also, I have to say, loved the B story. Kind of a perfect B story to me. How do you feel about it?
I thought it was hilarious because as someone who is not a chef
Okay.
or cooks things or bakes things, I would think like, oh, sweet potatoes. Okay, yeah, we're using sweet potatoes. It has sweet in the word. It's known for being like sweeter than other. Why would I need to add much to it?
Why would I need to look up a recipe and follow it?
Yeah, I'd be like, let's just mash them up, put them in a crust, and we're good to go. I don't think it'd be that like awful. Like, I just don't think it would be like a pie. It wouldn't taste sweet, but I don't think it'd be bad. I would prefer sweet potato, unsweetened sweet potato pie over sweet potato fries, maybe.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay.
No, you wouldn't.
Should we try it?
No, I am not
Always.
making.
Okay.
After my disaster making pad thai a couple nights ago, we're not doing that.
We had pizza that night.
I said, do you
We
want to order pizza?
We ordered takeaway pizza.
Uh, as someone who cooks a lot, I also fail a lot. So Linda failing at the sweet potato pie had my heart. And the idea that it tastes gross, but they can't stop eating it, and I think go through all 10 of the pies, it just felt so relatable. We do that all the time. We'll like order something that's like pretty mediocre, and we're like, this is so bad. Oh, when we made Jean's lasagna, we were like, is this amazing or mediocre? And then we like ate almost all of it over the next couple of days.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you let those sweet potato pies sit a day or two.
Yeah.
And when you're hungry, you just stick a fork in it and have a little munch.
Yeah.
I mean, it started growing on them as they were eating
Yeah.
them throughout. Teddy
Yeah.
was craving it.
I love it.
We mentioned Nick Offerman. You want to talk about some other voices on this episode?
Would love to.
Okay. We get Patrick, who is the engineer at the radio station.
Yes.
Who's kind of like worked with Clem and is now kind of just the engineer for this AI DJ.
I loved him. He was just such a steady, calming person. I love that. What's his name? Clem?
Clem Clements.
I love that Clem takes him to his next job. Part of me wanted the episode to end where he doesn't get hired by another radio station, which inevitably is just going to turn into another, like, machines run it. I kind of wanted him to create his own radio show at the bowling alley and it become, like, really popular. And anyway, keep going.
Did we ever watch the movie Airheads?
No, not together.
So Airheads is this movie, if you haven't seen it, it stars Brendan Fraser, Adam Sandler, and Steve Buscemi as these like this rock band,
Mm-hmm.
and they break into a radio station and take it hostage with like water guns
Oh my God, I love.
to get their music played on the air.
Brilliant.
But why I'm bringing it up is because Joe Mantegna plays the radio DJ, like the aging radio DJ, who finds out at a certain point that the radio station is planning to switch over to like soft rock without him, without a DJ.
No.
So he like joins forces with the band. He's all about it. And
Wait, this feels inspired by that movie.
I mean, we should watch it. I used to watch it all the time as a kid.
Great cast.
Great cast. Michael McKean is the owner of the radio station. Michael McKean from Better Call Saul plays Chuck.
Amazing.
Yep. Let's watch it again and see if it holds up. But it just reminded me of this.
That sounds really fun.
Anyway, I get carried away, but Patrick is voiced by Ron Funches, who we last heard on the show as Tim Flanagan, who is one of the trapeze artists from V for Valentine Detta.
I totally remember him. He's great.
Yeah.
So good.
We also have a very familiar voice back as Vance, the radio owner.
Boss. Exec.
Um,
Suit.
It's Rob Hubel, who has voiced many characters on the show, including the Prince of Persuasia. We last heard him as Zach, the junior lifeguard trainer in Boy Watch.
Yes.
last
He has such a
season.
distinct voice.
Yeah. So speaking of Rob Hubel, he posted a photo of him, Christian Shaw, and Nick Offerman in the booth during the
Cute.
recording of this episode. If you want to see that, I have it. But if you're listening and you want to see them, it's up in our carousel on Instagram.
Oh, funny man.
Yeah, he took a selfie. You could see Nick Offerman in the background there and Christian Shaw's making a face
I
over
love
in the
it.
corner. I'm sure the rest of the crew was over on, they weren't in the shot, but
He's always cutting up on Instagram.
he's funny.
He's got a funny Instagram going on.
Yeah, highly recommend following Rob Hubel. Great stories.
While I see Louise recording, I have to say the kids are so funny in this episode. They're just there to egg their dad on, to throw out one-liners. All three of the kids are just doing their best as supporting characters. It's so good.
There's a lot of fun facts in this episode too. So let me start here. And this is according to Fandom. The opening shot of this episode is identical to the one in Bed, Bob, and Beyond, except more extras and more cars have been added.
Oh, yeah, because they're coming home from the movie fighting.
Right.
So that makes total sense.
Right. Bob and Linda can also be seen wearing their usual clothes instead of their coats in the car, I guess, because it's the same shot. So I'll try and grab, side by side to put in our carousel.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, fun.
It's probably like, why reanimate this if it's just kind of like...
Yeah.
This is also according to Fandom, because I don't know if this is I assume this is for sure, but for those of you who know radio station things, you can chime in and let us know. The WIXU and the WOFD call signs for the radio stations are both fictitious, but do reflect the show being set on the East Coast, since W is generally used as the first letter for stations located to the east of the Mississippi River, and K for stations to the west.
Oh,
Which,
I
mean,
love knowing that.
I can confirm that the stations over here are like K-Rock, KLOS. I know that. So
I love
far
it.
it checks out.
Fantastic.
Some continuity facts. In the flashback, there's a quick flashback of Bob listening to the Clements radio show.
Honestly, quick, but fantastic.
It's really good. You can hear the song Witchy Witchy from Tina Witch playing as Clem's speaking.
Witchy, witchy.
Witchy Witchy. Pumpkin Snatchy.
Snatchy.
Oh, that hurts my throat.
Oh my gosh, I love those end credits so much.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. Wow, my voice is officially destroyed from doing Witchy Witchy. Remind me never to do that again. Also in that flashback, there is no ice cream machine in the restaurant, since this is a flashback that takes place before synchronized swimming from season 2, which is when we know the ice cream machine is installed.
Love it. Yeah, cute, like early 20s or early 30s Bob does not have an ice cream machine. He just has a fabulous haircut.
Yep. But great, like, to think about that, like, you don't have to think about that. It's animation. But, like, to think about this, no, this takes place before they got the ice cream machine. We got to take that baby out of here for this shot.
So good.
It's great. This little continuity in worlds thing, you yelled at me. You didn't yell at me.
Oh, God.
You didn't yell at me. You called out.
Okay.
Seeing it at the radio station. Do you remember what it was?
Yes. One of Bob's favorite band's Centipede.
Mm-hmm.
There is a poster of it in the radio station.
Yeah, the General Insanity album from the Labyrinth from season 7
Yes.
is seen in the background, and we got a screenshot of that for you in the carousel as well. That is all the fun facts I have for you.
I do want to talk about some of the imagery on the radio station wall because I kept being like, is that supposed to be, what's his name?
Howard Stern.
Howard Stern. Is that supposed to be Howard Stern? I feel like there were definitely Howard Stern little Easter eggs on the walls.
Yeah, I'll grab some screenshots of those like Howard Stern lookalikes. I couldn't tell if they're supposed to be like rock stars visiting or if they were like the afternoon DJ or the other DJs that work there.
Yeah.
I could not tell. But yes, there was definitely some Howard Stern lookalikes, which would make sense.
Some Howard hair.
Yeah.
Yep.
With the dark glasses.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say about this episode, or should we get in the end credits?
All I have to say is from the B story, Teddy can just take a B story and up it 100%. So pairing up Teddy and Linda will never not be funny to me. They worked so well together in this episode.
Yeah, I love Teddy. Can't get enough of him person. But we posted a TikTok recently about Teddy.
Uh-huh.
And it's always interesting. Everyone has their opinions. We've got some strong opinions about things that people disagree with on here. About the show.
Linda's parents.
Yeah, well.
Actually, maybe everyone agrees with us.
Very annoying, yes. So a few people said like they cannot stand Teddy. Like he takes away too much from the episode for them. They skip Teddy-centric episodes.
That's crazy.
It's
No, people feel strongly about him. I was actually shocked that there's so many positive things because I feel really protective of Teddy. I've seen really mean, strong opinions. So I was so pleasantly surprised to see that they love him. They have a friend that reminds them of him. I think if you don't like Teddy, I think you might be like an avoidant person a little bit. Like you don't like people who smother you. And I respect that. I have phases of that. So
yeah, sure. And I've said this before on here that originally I didn't like Teddy.
Me neither.
It took a little bit for me to like absolutely love him, but now it's like I just think he enhances any scene he's in. He's wonderful.
Love you, Ted.
Great character. Should we get into the end credits here?
Let's do it.
Okay, so the last moment before the end credits is that this other station is offering Clements a job, and Bob and the kids are there to witness it.
One other thing, if you're a Parks and Rec fan, the Tood and like the voice that did the Tood, it reminded me so much of the douche from Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah,
that just
totally.
like shock jock, bro jock. It was so good.
Yeah, it's awful.
That is great news. The shift we have right now is midnight to 8 a.m.
We'll be there. That's when I do my sleeping.
Sorry, caller. You guys hear that?
Uh-oh, time to move.
What should we do? Push this sucker off the pier?
Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe just return it.
Oh, boo.
Regular fries are the best French fries. Regular fries, they're just very good fries.
Okay, tell me what happens as we get into these end credits here. What's going on?
Okay, classic end credits kitchen scene. Bob Belcher is really close to the camera and he is sweeping, but really he's kind of dancing, singing, playing the guitar on the broom or mop. I can't quite tell.
Yeah, and singing this song, which we'll listen to more, and then we'll go into more detail about it. But you can also hear the family singing along with him.
Sweet potato fries are overrated, baby. You gotta have regular fries. They're the best French fries. Regular fries. They're just very, very, very good fries. They're overrated, baby. You gotta have regular fries.
I just let it play because it's so good, and
It's so good.
I love Bob singing a song. And so Bob is just dancing with this broom. He's playing as a guitar. He's using it as a microphone. Every time the kids like turn their head, you can see they're singing along. Linda comes in and she's singing along.
Bob also like lifts his leg. Who does that? What move is that?
The like
when you lift your
Playing
leg
the
and
guitar?
Here, I'll show you.
Playing their leg like a guitar
Not the air leg guitar. Is it
that you invented?
Oh my God, stop. Calm down. I can see the musician in my head. A classic rock and roller goes like this. They lift their leg and kind of scoot on one foot while they're playing
I want to say Angus Young
Chuck
from
Berry?
AC/DC. It's a pretty common move, I feel like, for
Okay, Bob
rockers.
is doing it. Okay.
I was about to sing AC/DC, and I was like, you already destroyed your voice singing Witchy Witchy. Don't do that.
Don't do it.
So this song, Regular Fries, if it sounds familiar, it's a parody of Nick Lowe's Cruel to Be Kind.
So I was shocked that Max didn't know this song because this was a classic staple of my childhood. I think it was in a movie I watched, but now that I'm listening again, I was always listening to the oldies station with my parents. So I know this song so well, and it gives me so much joy.
Should we listen to a quick clip of it?
Yes,
Just the
because
chorus?
it's great.
Okay.
You gotta be cruel to be kind in the right measure. Cruel to be kind, it's a very good sign. And cruel to be kind means that I love you, baby.
Yeah.
I
don't-
love it.
I'm sure I've heard it before. It's not one that I know very well. But do you want to hear the lyrics to Bob's version of it?
I sure do.
Regular fries are the best fries. Regular fries, they're just very good fries. Sweet potato fries are overrated, baby. You gotta have regular fries. They're the best French fries. Regular fries, they're just very, very good fries. Sweet potato fries, they're overrated, baby. You gotta have regular fries.
100% agree.
And I think that officially ends the debate.
Yeah. The final say,
You can't argue with that.
period.
You cannot write as good of a parody song with sweet potato fries being the winner.
Exactly.
Final word.
Final word? Word. Yes. Okay. Everything about this is working for me. Every single thing. But I just thought of something that takes it over the top for me. The end credits parallel Bob's flashback to when he was younger, listening to his favorite DJ, rocking around before he had kids in his restaurant. That really melts my heart.
You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. It's perfection. Also, one thing I want to say is that when Gene makes his appearance at the end, sometimes they just have Gene just doing his normal thing. He's singing along too. You can see his mouth moving to the backups. They're singing the doot 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 doot.
So cute. And he's in his burger costume, which, it's always nice to see. Throwback to the beginning seasons of the end credits. I love that the whole family's singing along. It's a good day over at the Belchers.
It's great. Should we score them?
Yes.
We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's
1, 2, 3, 10.
10.
No, baby, you have to meet me. This is a 10.
This is a
10. Go watch it one more time. Just watch it through. Please. I'm begging ya.
I am going 10.
Were you messing with me or you really didn't know?
I think I was going to say 9.75. And now that I think about it, I'm like, why 0.7? What is it? What would bring it down? And I'm like, you're right. 10. It's 10. I love Bob singing. I love Happy Bob. The family's all into it. It's a great song. I agree with the messaging of the song.
It's iconic. The messaging is iconic.
It's iconic. I can't tell you how many times when we post something
Fry related?
Yeah, but not even Fry related. Sometimes just Bob, angry,
Yes.
serious Bob related.
Yes.
It's about
People comment.
hating, sweet potato fries.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm with you.
Yep.
It's a 10. I'm going to be singing regular fries for the rest of the week.
Yep.
And I'm going to hopefully be regular fries for the rest of the week too.
Yeah.
That'd be
We
nice.
are going to make Bob's summer side up,
Close.
sunny side up summer burger on Saturday.
Yeah, for our YouTube.
So hopefully there will be fries.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In the
There's-
sitch.
I definitely need fries, and they should
Yeah.
be ready before the burgers, please, so I can snack on them.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Okay. I'm getting
that's-
directives.
Yes, that's my job during these cooking videos we do on YouTube. Those were the end credits to first time listener. What is it? First time listener?
No.
Long time listener. Sorry.
First time call.
Long time listener, first time Bob.
Yep.
Hey, we were just talking about YouTube. Go subscribe to YouTube. Go watch our videos, but also follow us on TikTok. We're doing so much on TikTok right now. If you aren't following us over there, we're having a lot of fun with it. What else do you want to say to people before we get out of here?
I'm going to say stay salty, because if you are not properly salting your fries, I don't want to talk to you.
I like there was a very serious disclaimer at the end of your
It
little
was like
your little
a
sign-off.
pharmaceutical.
Yeah. It's like really fast. Asterisk.
If you do not salt your fries, please do not ever talk to me again. Thank you.
Perfect. That should be at the end of it, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Just like an ad for like, what's the one that Lady Gaga does? Nartec?
The migraine medicine.
Yes.
Yeah. Nartec.
We'll see y'all next time.